The boat tragedy in Bihar reminds that safety in public transport remains a low priority for governments. Why administration failure should be blamed, and state should be made accountable for Bihar boat tragedy. Given the safety of water transport top priority, how should governments respond to these kind of disasters? What should be the role of citizens in such situations? GS Paper 2, Important Aspects of Governance, Transparency and Accountability. What is the context about? A kite festival promoted by the Bihar government to celebrate Makar Sankranti got off to a disastrous start, killing almost 24 people in a boat tragedy. In this tragedy, the problem also appears to have been inadequate supply of boats, which forced people to pack themselves into the available boats. If this is true, the Bihar government must own full responsibility and prevent a recurrence. The loss of life was entirely the result of official failures. This was obviously the result of serious neglect of safety norms for which accountability must be fixed. These kind of disasters reflect the hollowness of good governance. Given the safety of water transport top priority, how should governments respond to these kind of disasters? The national records display the shameful recurring boat disasters, owing to the administrative failures. It is essential that a judicial commission be constituted to inquire into these kind of incident, to determine whether the laws on transport using inland waterways are being implemented. The center, which talks of a paradigm shift in freight and passenger transport using inland waterways, should implement strictly the existing norms and also stringent new safety measures. Just as in the case of motor vehicles, registration of inland vessels, other than small personal non-powered craft must be made mandatory. This will help enforce construction standards, subsidy for transport boats, passenger insurance and accident compensation. Why administration failure should be blamed and state should be made accountable for Bihar boat tragedy. The country boat involved appears not to have used its engine at the time of the accident, but the absence of safety training for operators is painfully evident. Boat operators on that stretch of the river have acknowledged that their craft are not inspected for safety devices. 60% of boats carrying traffic on that stretch do not have life jackets or life preservers. The organizers of the festival claim to have made arrangements for 75,000 visitors, but the summary manner in which ferry services were curtailed, which caused the rush to vacate the venue, suggests that preparations were wholly rudimentary. And this tragedy is the handheld mirror for administrative failure. What should be the role of citizens in such situations? Citizens should also cooperate with administration and do not board the overloaded water vessels and should complain to authority. Using social media and civil societies like NGOs, people should pressurize the administrative machinery to carry out a transparent inquiry of the incident. Using right to information to gather information regarding government responsibility to implement safety measures, people should alert the government. With mass protests and sting operations, people could expose loopholes in prevention, mitigation and relief measures.